Scientific study of Vedas, creation of universe, starting from BRAHMAM, class 58. We are going through Varuna or the orbit of electron or the planetary system. We know Varuna is the driving force acting through these orbits to combine, to force atoms to combine to form different types of substances. These substances are forming due to combining different atoms in different ratios and joining together this by this rope, that is Varuna rope. These orbits are joining together and arranged in such a way so as to get the shape of the body or shape of any substance. So what are things that we see in the universe is formed due to the roping of different atoms or arranging atom by joining together with the help of this rope or orbits so as to get the shape of that material also. So this Varuna orbit plays an important role in the creation activities, and that is the driving force acting along these orbits. Now let us go through some other suktas. First, in Veda Mandal 1, 9 of Sukta 25, and see what it says.
ഋഗ്വേദം മണ്ഡലം 1 സൂക്തം 25-9 വേദവാദസ്യ വർത്തനി മുരോ ഋഷസ്യ ബൃഹദഃ വേദായേ അധ്യാസതേ.
It says Varuna knows the path of this air which is or wind which is flowing through the atmosphere. We know the planets are moving along its orbit around the sun, and due to this movement air is flowing because air is attracted by these planets. There are different types of planets which attract from different direction, and as a result this air moves in the way in which the resultant force is acting, or where the pressure etc. is reducing. That is why in the morning wind is flowing in one direction, and in the evening it is flowing in the opposite direction, and so on. So all these are related with the movement of the planets or rotation of the earth and so on. These planets are rotating about its own axis and moving around this orbit. So this is responsible for the movement of the air or wind. In general, we can say that the movement of the wind or everything in this universe is related with the movement of the planets in the orbit. That movement is guided by this force acting on this orbit. Or orbit is responsible for the movement of all things in this universe. Now let us go through another sukta in the Rigveda Mandal 1, 10 of Sukta 25, and see what it says.
ഋഗ്വേദം മണ്ഡലം 1 സൂക്തം 25-10 നിഷസാദധൃതവൃതോ വരുണ പസ്ത്യാസ്വാ സാമ്രാജ്യായ സുക്രദോ.
Varuna creates different political systems in the world. That means during the movement of these planets, growth is taking place in us. At the same time, different types of systems, political systems, or governments are forming in the universe. We know this is divided into four. Krita Yuga, that is in the Asian period. Then Treta Yuga, that is colonialism. Then it follows capitalism and socialism. And finally comes the beautiful world with all living together as the member of a family. That family is Vasudeva Kudumbam. So different systems are creating. In the olden days, there were Gotras or small kings and so on. Now it was changed to colonialism. Then that colonialism disappeared and came socialism and capitalism and so on. The system will go, cycle will go in this way. After creation of this Vasudeva Kudumba, the whole system will be destroyed and again start from Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, etc. So everything is taking place based on the movement of the planet in the universe, not only in the our solar system, but also in the other systems. Our solar system is a part of the universe, the structure of the universe that we can see later. So all these are moving based on this. Different yugas are forming, Krita Yuga, Treta Yuga, that is Gotra period, colonialism, and likewise. So it creates different types of government at different times for governing the people. Now let us go through another sukta in Rigveda Mandal 1, 11 of 11 in Sukta 25 and says, and see what it says.
ഋഗ്വേദം മണ്ഡലം 1 സൂക്തം 25-11. അതോ വിശ്വാൻ അത്ഭുതാചികിത്വാം അഭിപശ്യതി കൃതാനി യാചാ കർത്വാം.
It says what all things that happened in the past and what all things that are going to take place in the coming period. Everything is well aware of this Varuna. That means this Varuna, the movement of the planets in this orbit, decides what all things that is going to take place in the universe in the coming years or that happened in the past. Because seasons are coming one by one based on the movement of the planet. Likewise, what all things that is going to take place in the past, taken place in the past, and what all things that are going to take place in the future are based on the things that is already decided. It is already planned. It is taking place based on certain plan known as Paramatma, and it is linked with this movement of the planet along its orbits. That is, it is linked with the time. That is, every plan is scheduled based on time, and time is related with the movement of the planets in the orbit. So Varuna knows what all things will happen in future. Now let us go to another sukta in Rigveda Mandal 1, 15 of Sukta 25 and see what it says.
ഋഗ്വേദം മണ്ഡലം 1 സൂക്തം 25-15. ഉദയോ മാനുഷേഷ്വാ യശശ്ചക്രേ അസാമ്യ അസ്മാകം ഉദരേഷ്വാ.
It says, Varuna created Anna for man, for us. Everything is created. Anna is created by the combination of atoms. In this combination of atoms, this orbit is taking place. This orbit requires 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. That is why the orbits combine themselves with other orbits of another atom to make it 8. That is why it is combining. And due to the combination in different ratios, these foods are producing, Anna or foods are producing. And it also created a digestive system for us. This same Varuna created a digestive system for us. This digestive system also is made up of atoms. So such a system is created with the knowledge of this Varuna. That is why such a system is created. Atoms join together to form such a digestive system. For what? To digest the food that we take. So in all activities, Varuna is involved because atoms are involved. Atoms are combining to form different shapes of substances or organs, and orbits are taking place in such activities. Now let us go to another sukta in Rigveda Mandal 1, 15 of Sukta 24, and see what it says.
ഋഗ്വേദം മണ്ഡലം 1 സൂക്തം 24-15. ഉദുത്തമം വരുണപാശം അസ്മദവാധമം വി മധ്യമം ശതായ അഥാവയമാദിത്യവൃതേ തവാനഗസോ അതിദയേ സ്യാമ.
He requests Varuna to cut the rope that is binding us from upper side. That means all the planets in the upper sky or in the universe is influencing us through the movement of planets revolving around its orbit. That is binding us. So we are under the influence of all the planets in the above sky, and also there are other forces acting from other parallel direction, left or right, such directions, and there is this rope binding us to the earth in the downward direction, and it requests Varuna to break all these ropes which to make us free. That means we are not free. We are joined together with all the objects in this universe by this Varuna Pasha, Varuna rope. Our body itself is formed due to the combination of these orbit atoms with the support of these orbits. These orbits are combining, that is why atoms are joining, and it join in such a way we get this shape. Again, this is influenced by the planets moving around the sun. That also is influencing. There is a force is acting on it, and with the movement of that the planets, we are also moving. We are also become active when the planet moves. So there are a number of forces or ropes combining us with it from different directions. So we are not free. We are under the influence of such different, even Earth is attracting us. There are planets below us because in the planetary system, both in the above and below planets and other stars are there. All of them are attracting from different directions. We are under the influence of these different types of forces and are bound together by a vast number of such Varuna ropes. If we want to become free, the only way is to cut all these ropes. So in this sutta it says, cut all the rope from above, from sides, and from below, and make us free. That is not possible. So all these are related with the orbit or Varuna through which all the planets are moving, and inside us the electrons are moving in different atoms, and such different types of atoms are joined together due to this orbit so as to get our shape. So let us go through another subject in the next class.